Broadcasting live from the Meridics via OBS studio at Fordyce Center in Antioch. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we say good evening and welcome to the final game of the 2022-2023 GNASH regular season. It's the Ravenwood Raptors taking on the Rutherford Rampage tonight at the original Fordyce Center. And the GNASH Cup is at stake. With a win or a tie, Ravenwood will win the regular season championship and claim the GNASH Cup for the first time in 11 years. But if they somehow lose, the GNASH Cup, which is in the building tonight, is going to be awarded to Montgomery Bell for what would be the fifth time in their history. And it would make them second all-time, solo second all-time behind Brentwood. So Ravenwood have got to go out and win the cup tonight. We'll see how things unfold over the next hour and a half. It is senior night for both teams. And there are 15 total seniors to honor, 9 for Ravenwood, 6 for Rutherford. Of course, Rutherford requested that the senior night game be here at Antioch because the Antioch rink is, of course, closer to the Rutherford County schools than Centennial and Bellevue are. So we are playing a game in Antioch for the first time this season and very likely the only time this season unless something happens with Centennial or Bellevue between now and February 28th, which is the All-Star game to close the season as a whole. Of course, the playoffs begin on Monday. And the Hein Cup bracket is set. As I pull up the standings on my Google sheet here. But first, the usual business of pregame is going. So let's do that first. Monday, USNBA Nashville Christian beats Centennial 3-1. Summit Page beat Independence 6-3. Franklin BGA and Pope Prep CPA GCA ended in a 3-3 tie. Montgomery Bell beat that knocked Brentwood out of the GNASH Cup hunt. Father Ryan beat Rutherford Rampage 5-1, and the Tennessee Outlaws went down 4-0 in the first period and then scored 5 unanswered to beat Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb 5-4 and clinch the 1 seed for the Hein Cup. And then last night, Mount Juliet Green Hill Evidence snapped Franklin BGA's 5-game unbeaten streak with a 5-3 win, and Mount Juliet also clinched the 1 seed for the Predators Cup. So they'll be the 1 seed regardless of whether or not Ravenwood or MBA win the GNASH Cup because we're using different sets of rules to determine the GNASH Cup winner and the playoff seeds. And, folks, on October 3rd, Mount Juliet, Green Hill Evidence, and Franklin BGA played to an 8-8 tie. And you thought that would have been the wildest game of the season. We were all wrong. The Outlaws, who played most of their scrubs since they'd already locked up the Hein Cup 1 seed, and last night was the perfect game to do it. And Summit Page ended in a 10-10 tie. Yes, we had a 10-10 tie last night between the Outlaws and Summit Page. I was floored when I got the text from Tom Spachalski, the Outlaws board rep and manager. Floored. Just crazy. And by the way, those 20 goals, that's the highest number of goals scored in a single GNASH game this season, this regular season. The previous high was Summit beating Station Camp 12-5 back on November 7th. 17 goals. Summit scored 12 of them. But now it's been beaten by a 20-goal game where both teams scored 10. Just crazy. Anyway, Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb beat Station Camp Liberty Creek 9-3, and Hendersonville Beach beat Centennial 5-2. So just one game tonight, the final game of the 2022-2023 GNASH regular season right here on the North Rink at Antioch. Ravenwood against Rutherford. And it should begin in a few. The Zamboni is off the ice. The seniors, well, the Rutherford senior sweaters have all been hanged. They're hanging up over the bench. The banners with the seniors have been hung up. And I think we're getting ready to kick off the senior night ceremony. Looks like, well, they're putting down some more carpet for the parents to be able to step out on. Anyway, let's go over the standings coming into tonight. First, the Phase 3 standings. Tier 1, Mount Juliet, Green Hill, Lebanon finished Phase 3 with a record of 5-2. Again, they will be the Predators Cup 1 seed, regardless of whether or not Ravenwood or MBA win the GNASH Cup, because of different sets of rules determining the GNASH Cup winner and the playoff tournament seeds. Montgomery Bell are currently in second with a record of 3-1-3. Brentwood are at 4-3 in third. Ravenwood in fourth at 3-1-2. If Ravenwood win tonight, they'll jump to second. They will be the 2 seed for the Preds Cup. If they tie with Rutherford, then they will end up being the 3 seed because MBA have a better goal difference. +4 to Ravenwood's +2. And, of course, if the game ended in a tie, then Ravenwood would see the same number of goals go into both the goals scored and goals allowed column. So it wouldn't change. It'd still be +2. So on that, MBA would be the 2 seed. Ravenwood would be the 3. That would drop Brentwood down to 4. Pope Prep CPA GCA 3-3-1. They will be the 5 seed. Franklin BGA finished Phase 3 at 2-2-3. They'll be the 6. Father Ryan finished 2-5. They'll be the 4. And no matter what happens for Rutherford tonight, they will be the 8 seed. They are currently 0-5-1. Of course, they opened Phase 3 with that tie, that 3-3 tie with MBA back in November 30th. Nothing's gone right since. On to Tier 2, the final Tier 2 standings. The Outlaws finished first at 5-0-2. Nolensville Ensworth Lipscomb finished second at 4-1-2. Hendersonville Beach finished third at 4-2-1. USNBA Nashville Christian finished fourth at 4-3. Summit Page finished fifth at 3-2-2. They both finished with 8 points, but of course USN getting the 4 seed due to having more wins. Centennial will be the 6. Centennial will be the 6th seed for the Hein Cup, finishing Phase 3 at 3-4. Independence will be the 7, finishing Phase 3 at 1-5-1. And poor Station Camp Liberty Creek, they'll be the 8. They finished Phase 3, losing every game, 0-7. So not a bad regular season for Station Camp. Tough one ended last night, and now they got to turn around and play the Outlaws on Monday. And they have not had a fun time with the Outlaws this season. Lost 6-0 back in October, lost 8-4 last month. So I can't imagine them beating the Outlaws come playoff time if they couldn't beat them in the regular season. Here are the GNASH Cup standings coming into tonight. Again, the GNASH Cup standings combine in the full regular season record of the 6 teams that have been in Tier 1 throughout the regular season. MBA leading at 9-2-3, 1 point ahead of Ravenwood at 9-2-2. Again, if Ravenwood end up tying Rutherford, they will win the GNASH Cup. Both teams will finish 9-2-3, but Ravenwood own the head-to-head because they beat MBA 4-0 on November 14th. And, of course, the most recent game between them, that wild 1-1 tie last Friday. Brentwood in third at 9-4-1. Pope Prep CPA GCA finish in fourth at 7-5-2. Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon finish fifth at 7-6-1. And Franklin BGA finished sixth in the GNASH Cup standings at 3-6-5. As the senior night ceremony is about to begin, and it looks like it's Rutherford that are going first. That's why if you look at the GNASH website for this game, the time slot goes from 7 o'clock to 8:40. Brendan Heasley, the first Rutherford senior being honored. goes to Blackman. Cam Hawkins being honored now. Played for the Outlaws up until GNASH created this Rutherford Rampage supplemental team for this season. Goes to Riverdale. Kanan Steed being honored now, goes to Stewart's Creek. He's been with his team all 4 years when it was Blackman, Stewart's Creek, Smyrna. We got 3 seniors left. Patrick Schuff being honored now. He's a Stewart's Creek senior. He's played all 4 years with his team. Goaltender Tyler Welch being honored now. Goes to Stewart's Creek. His brother Dylan, sophomore on the roster as well. Dylan's got the skates on, so he's playing tonight as well. They've got Jacob Littleton to honor. Is he here tonight? I don't think they've mentioned Jacob Littleton yet, unless I missed him. Okay. There's Jacob. So they're honoring him. Jacob Littleton goes to Blackman. Been on this team since it was Blackman Stewart's Creek Smyrna. And that is the last of the seniors being honored by Rutherford. Jacob was hiding out in the crowd right next to the bleacher boards. That's where he was. The other seniors were all in a crowd like at the center of the blue line close to the bench. So that's it for the senior night ceremony for Rutherford. And now it is the Ravenwood senior night ceremony. Cohen Landcamer is the first senior honored by Ravenwood. And his younger brother Zeke. Zeke's dressed tonight, so it looks like Ravenwood should have everybody dressed. Zach Egley, of course, has served his one-game suspension last Friday, so he should be good to go tonight. We'll talk about the two teams playing this game in a few moments, as soon as they get everything removed and the warm-ups begin. Looks like they're going to go in numerical order. Gavin Hussey being honored now. He only joined the team last year. Of course, his older brother Liam, one of the absolute best GNASH players I ever covered. Gavin pretty good in his own right. Owen Gilroy being honored now. So that means Sutton Cornblum should be up next. Yep, here's Sutton. Now goaltender Ryan Farrell being honored, and his younger brother Jake, who's a freshman on this year's team, going to join him. Pose with their family. And of course, after him, Ravenwood with the unenviable position of having to replace both of its goalies next year. Now Luke Hovanek. Now Zach Egley. Looks like they're going to have Luke Schenkel go next, even though he's the captain. So Luke Powell will be the last senior honored. And finally, Luke Powell. Is Liam going to join him? Yeah, Liam's going to join him for the photo. And Ryan Farrell talking with Rutherford head coach Mike Jones real quick. All right, so senior night festivities done. Officials pushing the nets into place, but we've still got to roll up the carpets that the parents walked out on. Ravenwood are the visiting team. Let's talk about them first and go over the results of their last 5 games. Dating back to December 7th when they beat Mount Juliet Green 11-4-2. And Jake Farrell and Owen Appel are just going to go ahead and roll up that bit of rug and help get it off the ice. They came back from their Christmas break and lost 4-2 to Pope Prep CPA GCA January 4th. Then that 3-3 tie with Franklin BGA January 9th. Then a week ago last night, they beat Brentwood 6-5, and then the 1-1 tie with MBA last Friday. So here are the Ravenwood stats coming into tonight. Liam Powell is the team's leading scorer. He has 20 points from 10 goals and 10 assists. Gavin Hussey with 17 points from 10 goals and 7 assists. Zach Egley, 14 points. 14 points from 9 goals and 5 assists. Jake Farrell, 13 points from 10 goals and 3 assists. Luke Powell, 9 points from 4 goals and 5 assists. Owen Gilroy, 8 points from 6 goals and 2 assists. Sutton Kornblum, 8 points from 2 goals and 6 assists. Luke Schenkel, 7 points from a goal and 7 assists. Jack Reddy, 7 points from 3 goals and 4 assists. Will Gallagher, 6 points from a goal and 5 assists. Jake Lipinski, 5 points from a goal and 4 assists. Cohen Landcamer, 5 points, all from assists. Zeke Landcamer, 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Lucas Brady, 2 points from goals. Owen Appel, the only Ravenwood skater without a point to his name this season. On to goalie play. Ryan Farrell has played in 8 games. His record 6-1-1. He's played just shy of 335 minutes. Goals against average of 2.01. He has 2 shutouts. He's allowed 16 goals on 191 shots. Turned away the other 175. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .920. Luka Wanek has played in 5 games. His record 3-1-1. He's played 210 minutes. Goals against average of 2.8. 1 shutout. He's allowed 14 goals on 119 shots. Turned away the other 105. His save percentage in the regular season is .880. Let's talk about Rutherford, coached by Mike Jones. Of course, they started the regular season in Tier 2. Qualified for the midseason round robin by finishing second. Then won that round robin with a record of 2 wins and a tie. And let's go over the results of all their Phase 3 games. So they opened up Phase 3 with a 3-3 tie with NBA on November 30th. But then they lost 10-2 to Pope on December 5th. December 7th, they actually jumped out to a 3-0 lead on Brentwood before losing 7-4. January 9th, they lost 6-0 to Mount Juliet, a team they'll have to face again in round 1 of the postseason on Monday. Last Wednesday, they lost to Franklin BGA 4-3, and then they lost 5-1 to Father Ryan on Monday night, and that is what sealed up the 8th seed for them in the postseason. So here are, when I think of the player stats for the full season for Rutherford, and they're not in any particular order. So Dylan Welch has 10 points from 7 goals and 3 assists. Justin Dickinson has to be Eddie Mays looks like he's the team's leading scorer. Justin Dickinson has 22 points from 11 goals and 11 assists. Patrick Schuff, 13 points from 7 goals and 6 assists. Cam Hawkins, 13 points from 4 goals and 9 assists. Carson Brownlow, 7 points from 3 goals and 4 assists. Eddie Mays with 24 points from 10 goals and 14 assists. Brendan Heasley has no points. Kelvin McClendon, 9 points from 2 goals and 7 assists. Josh Wolf, 9 points from 3 goals and 6 assists. Kanan Steed has no points. Cody Jones with 1 point from a goal. Cohen Sims, 3 points from assist. Brendan Tellez, a point from a goal. Ethan Fredericks, 18 points from 8 goals and 10 assists. Jacob Littleton, 8 points from 3 goals and 5 assists. Will Haynes, 8 points from 3 goals and 5 assists. Taz Takayama, 2 points from assists. Tommy Landwehr, 14 points from 6 goals and 8 assists. Cooper Fiesel, 2 points from assists. Goalie play. Tyler Welch has a record of 3-5-1, a goals against average of 3.61, a save percentage of .859. Hunter Kitchens, record of 2-1-0, 3.35 goals against average, save percentage of .867. I'm reading off a sheet that Mike Jones gave me, by the way. Jackson Feltz, a record of 0-1-1, goals against average of 6.5, save percentage of .740. And Abby Ricaldi, 1-0. She played in that game against the Outlaws in November that helped seal up Rutherford's place in the round robin. Goals against average of 3, save percentage of .840. She'll be back next year. If that's the only game she ends up playing this year, that's one hell of an effort. All right. We are finally ready to get going with this one. Tyler Welch going to be starting in goal for Rutherford, Ryan Farrell going to start in goal for Ravenwood. If Ravenwood take a big enough lead, no, it's going to be Luke Hawanek starting in goal. If Ravenwood take a big enough lead, I wonder if they'll switch out mid-game. For this first period, Rutherford will carry the puck towards me. Ravenwood will carry it away from me. The near side is the bleacher side to my left. The far side is the benches side to my right. Game is underway. Puck in the Ravenwood zone. Liam Powell getting it over to the near side. Oh, but then a shot from Jacob Littleton turned away by Howanek. So first shot on goal of the game from Rutherford as Sutton Kornblum ices the puck. That takes 29 seconds off the clock, so Rutherford come out and jump on Ravenwood right away. Draw's going to be to Howanek's left. Draw one by Rutherford. Puck on the inboards, Liam Powell. Nudges it ahead for big brother Luke, and there's Luke carrying the puck to center. Sent back the other way by Rutherford. Here's Justin Dickinson in the Ravenwood zone. In front! Oh, and he sent it just wide to the left of Howanek. That's the one guy Ravenwood can't let get loose. Here's a chance for Dylan Welch. Drops it back for Dickinson, who couldn't keep it in his stick. Now back the other way, go Ravenwood. I'm not sure if that's Reddy or if that's Hussey. That's Hussey. Reddy's out there. I can see Reddy's numbers. Oh, and here's a chance in front of shot, score! Ravenwood strike first. Not sure who it is just yet. I'm going to need to see the number. Again, Ravenwood wearing the black sweater with a dark charcoal numbers. It's Owen Gilroy. Gilroy with a steal, carries it to the front of the net, flips it in the top corner on the left-hand side, and it's 1-0 Ravenwood with 12:44 to go in the first. Puck now back in the Rutherford zone. Went out to the slot and was stolen. Here's Cam Hawkins, left wing side of the Ravenwood zone. A shot gloved and held onto by Howanek. Howanek, draw to his right. One by Rutherford. Tastakiyama has it taken away. And they were trying to set up Jake Farrell in front. Here's Gilroy with a shot that misses the front of the net. Held in at the right point and sent back down low by Zeke Landcamer. And now from the blue line, Sutton Kornblum, a shot blocked. It's out in front and covered up by Tyler Welch. 12:05 to go in the first, 1-0 Ravenwood. Draws to Tyler Welch's right. One by Rutherford. Turned over to Zeke Landcamer at center, but he gives it back. Here's Tommy Landwehr trying to go to the front of the Ravenwood net, but getting in front of him to take the puck away was Sutton Kornblum. Sorry, that was Ethan Fredericks. Now here's Kornblum, left wing side of the Rutherford zone. Came out to the left circle and shot it wide. There's another shot in the right wing that's stopped by Tyler Welch, and he's got it covered. So Ravenwood's offense starting to pick up the pace here. 11:24 to go in the first. They're up 1-0. And the puck went out of play. Draw was to the left of Welch. Ended up on the Rutherford bench. And where's the draw going to be now? On the dot in front of the Rutherford bench at center. So it was a Ravenwood player that sent it out of play. Draw one by Rutherford. But then Ravenwood sent it back into the Rutherford zone. Puck put out in front of the Rutherford net, but Jack Reddy couldn't get a stick on it. Shot from Kornblum at the left point. Stopped by Welch. Oh, and then the rebound set across the front of the net. Puck held in at the right point by Luke Schenkel. There's a one-time from the left point, kicked away by Welch with a right leg pad. That was Luke Powell. Now the puck comes back up to Luke. Oh, but he gives it away. Here's Justin Dickinson, right wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Puts it in front. Oh! And sending it just past the net to the left of Howanek was Patrick Schuff. Another great chance for Rutherford, but they missed the net. Puck back in the Ravenwood zone on the near side. Held into the blue line by Will Haynes, but then it goes out to center. Here's Powell. Luke Powell, left wing side of the Rutherford zone now. Trying to drop it in front, but nobody in a black sweater was there. Puck at center, taken by Owen Appel. Sent back into the Rutherford and cleared out again. Oh, now a steal inside the Ravenwood end, and a shot is over the net from the left wing side, and Cam Hawkins. Now back the other way goes Jake Farrell. Farrell taking a shot, stopped and covered up by Tyler Welch. Rutherford, chances for them starting to pick up. They still trail 1-0 with 9:33 to go. In the first, Owen Gilroy with a goal for Ravenwood. Draw is going to be to the right of Tyler Welch. Puck crawls out to center. Brought into the Ravenwood zone. In front of shot. Eddie Mays turned away by Howanek into the netting above the glass. Draw is going to be to Howanek's right now. Ravenwood with it. Owen Gilroy, the lone goal scorer, passes it over. Jake Farrell, right wing side of the Rutherford zone. A shot turned away. Puck on the end boards. Jacob Littleton passing it along. Now it's carried out by Rutherford. Carson Brown on the left wing side of the Ravenwood zone. His shot off a stick and into the netting above the glass. .8:59 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Ravenwood. Draws to the right of Howanek. Puck on the near side boards. Held in the zone at the right point by Taz Takayama. Puck carried into the Rutherford zone. Put in front, and a backhander stopped and held onto by Tyler Welch. I think that was Gilroy again. Draws to Welch's right. Won by Ravenwood. Puck passed down the wall. Here's Takayama. Now the puck put in front, but nobody in a Ravenwood sweater could get there. Schenkel holding it in at the left point, passing it down the wall. Now it's behind the Rutherford net. And Rutherford come out with it. It's brought into the Ravenwood zone, but cleared out. And it was sent back in. Kelvin McClendon was just inside the zone. The puck hit his skates, and he's called for offside. 7:54 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Ravenwood. Rutherford with the puck up. It looks like they're going to end up icing it. Nope, they wave it off. Luke Powell chases it down. Puck held into the blue line. A shot, hit a body and just went past the net to the left of Howanek. It hit Jake Lipinski in the slot. It was Ethan Frederick shooting the center point. Looked like it hit Lipinski in the slot and then slid past the net just to the left of Hawanik. A lot of misses for Rutherford so far. Big battle for the puck on the inboards. Dylan Welch comes out with it, puts it in front. Luke Powell knocks it away. Welch was looking for Justin Dickinson. Now here's Owen Appel. Skating the puck into the Rutherford zone. Dumps it deep. And here come Rutherford again. Cam Hawkins, left wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Waits, drops it back. Fredericks put it in front, but Dickinson was tied up with Will Gallagher. Puck held in the left point, six towards the front of the net. Oh, tipped by Hawkins. Hawanik stuck out the left leg pad just in time. Eddie Mays now on the near boards. Gives it away to Gilroy. Gilroy dumps it back in the Rutherford zone. Boy, Rutherford not messing around here. Puck in the slot, a shot, score! Ravenwood get a second. They get breathing space. Not sure who it is just yet for the Raptors. It's Jack Reddy. Jack Reddy from the slot fires it. Looks like it went over the glove hand of Welch into the back of the net. Tyler Welch, and it's 2-0 Ravenwood with 6:14 to go in the first. And boy, they needed that goal because Rutherford have had some really good chances in the Ravenwood end, and they've missed them. Puck back in the Rutherford zone. Carried in front of backhander. Gloved and held on to by Welch. 5:57 to go in the first. Still 2-0 Ravenwood. Draw is to the left of Welch. Ravenwood win it. Puck put in front of the shot turned away by Welch, and then he turns away the rebound too. Puck comes up to the left point, and Kornblum is going to be chasing it into his own zone. Sends it around to the far board. Zeke Landkammer clears. Tess Takayama with it now. Banks it off the near boards. Here's Jack Reddy getting knocked down as he crosses the Rutherford blue line. Now the puck in front, a shot stopped and held on to by Welch. I think it was Jake Farrell on that one. Again, Ravenwood wearing those black sweaters with the dark gray numbers, so it's kind of hard to see on the far end of the rink. 5:15 to go in the first, 2-0. Ravenwood leading. Draws to the left of Welch, and Ravenwood win the draw. They're banging away, and Welch covering up again. Puck put out in front, and we get a whistle. I think they called offside against Ravenwood as the puck just briefly went over the blue line and came back in. Draw one by Ravenwood. Puck carried into the Rutherford zone and shot just past the net to the left of Welch. Owen Appel with a shot. Stopped and covered up by Welch. Owen Appel, the only Ravenwood skater without a point. His last chance to get one in the regular season. Draw is going to be to the left of Welch. Rutherford win the draw, but they give it away. Puck sent past the net. And now here go Rutherford again. Dylan Welch, right wing side of the Ravenwood zone, trying to drop it back over to Justin Dickinson. Puck in front! Shot from Schuff stopped by Hawanek, and then the rebound sent away. That was a steal, too. Ravenwood player put it right in front of his own net. Now the other end, the shot is stopped and held onto by Welch. .4:13 to go in the first. Still 2-0 Ravenwood. Draw is going to be to Welch's left. And here come Rutherford again. Dylan Welch in the Ravenwood zone on the right wing. Goes to the boards. Sends the puck towards the net, but it hit off the outside of the cage on the left-hand side. Puck carried back into the Rutherford zone, but cleared out by the Rampage. Eddie Mays tried to steal it from Luke Powell at center. Now here's Dickinson up, knocked off his stick right at the Ravenwood blue line. Rutherford making a change. Puck still at center now on the near boards. It's dumped back into the Rutherford zone by Jake Farrell. Puck now back in the Ravenwood end. Luke Powell with it. Sending it up the near wall for Farrell. Jake Farrell carries it into the Rutherford zone on the left wing side. Passes it off, and a shot turned away by Welch. Here go Rutherford again, back in the Ravenwood zone. They try to pass across to Carson Brownlow, but that was stolen by Owen Appel. Jacob Littleton takes the puck back inside the Rutherford zone. He wants to clear it. It's held in. Put in front of backhander. Stopped by Welch. A rebound picked up by Rutherford. Open. A Rutherford player getting checked in front of his own net while he was down. It's Takayama. And then he gets a shove. And Ravenwood going to have some players separated here. Ravenwood don't need any players getting in trouble this close to the postseason, especially with only 15 skaters. Jake Farrell going in for Ravenwood. They put 20 minutes up on the board. I don't think it's that long of a penalty. They put it up against Gallagher. It looked like it was Farrell that went in, though. Jake Farrell. So Rutherford on the power play down 2-0, 2:07 to go in the first. Draw was to the left of Luke Hawanek. Won by Ravenwood and cleared. Oh, the puck came right out in front of an empty Rutherford net. Ravenwood couldn't get control. Here come the Rampage. Puck dumped into the Ravenwood zone. And now Ravenwood firing the puck on goal. That's Sutton Kornblum from his own inboards, firing it on goal and forcing Tyler Welch to make a save. Patrick Schuff, right wing side of the Ravenwood zone, backhands it across. Dylan Welch now with it on the left wing. Passes up top to the left point. Ethan Fredericks put up to the center point, and a one-timer hit the shin of Tyler Welch. And then Justin Dickinson with a slap shot from the right circle that's turned away by Hawanek. Under a minute left in the power play for Rutherford. Zach Egley clears the puck. Now a minute left in the first. Here's Carson Brownlow bringing the puck back into the Ravenwood zone, but knocked off his stick right at the blue line. Owen Gilroy now on a breakaway to the Rutherford net. A shot, save, rebound, Tyler Welch. Oh, a good save on the follow-up. Under 30 seconds left in the power play for Rutherford. And now 30 seconds left in the first period. Kelvin McClendon dropping it back to Dickinson inside the Ravenwood zone. Puck now in the left wing corner, put out in front, intercepted by Luke Schenkel. And he clears. Puck flick back in the Ravenwood zone. Luke Kowanek going to clear it out. Penalty time against Ravenwood is up. They're back at even strength. And time is going to run out on the first. Goals for Ravenwood scored by Owen Gilroy and Jack Reddy. And Ravenwood 28 minutes away from winning the GNASH Cup as they have a 2-0 lead over Rutherford at the end of one. According to the board, Ravenwood had 19 shots on goal in the first period. Tyler Welch, man, what a job he did in net. See if he can keep it up. Luke Kowanek still in goal for Ravenwood. Tyler Welch still in goal for Rutherford for this second period. Ravenwood will carry the puck towards me. Rutherford will carry it away from me. Puck in the Rutherford zone. Jacob Littleton sending it around the boards to the near side. Intercepted. Puck put out in front, and a shot stopped by Welch. That was from Gavin Hussey. And then he kind of tumbles into the net. Oh, and then Zach Egley shoots the puck into the net after the whistle, and he's going to be sent to the box. And that's unsportsmanlike. So Rutherford, 25 seconds into the second, will have a power play. They're trailing 2-0. 13:35 to go here in the second. Draw is going to be to the right of Kowanek. Draw one by Rutherford. Justin Dickinson at the inboards behind the Ravenwood net. Tried to put it out in front. Now Patrick Schuff trying to bring it out in front. It's taken away from him. Cleared out by Ravenwood. Puck back in the Rutherford zone. Carson Brownlow chasing after it. He's going to beat Jake Farrell to it. Puck still inside the Rutherford zone. Up, Ravenwood come up with it. It's knocked away from Owen Gilroy, though. Gilroy, the stick knocked out of his hand by Ethan Fredericks. And scored, Jake Farrell. The puck comes to Farrell, top of the right circle, and he fires it into the roof of the net. Over Welch, who was screened a bit. And it's 3-0 Ravenwood with 12:55 to go in the second. .81 seconds left in the power play for Rutherford still, so that's a short-handed goal for the Raptors. Ravenwood win the draw here. Flip it back into the Rutherford zone. It's behind the net. Picked up by Littleton. Passes across for Eddie Mays. Mays has it knocked off his stick. Puck carried in front again. Backhander stopped by Welch. Nice save on Liam Powell by Tyler Welch. Under a minute left of the power play for Rutherford, and then Powell fires it across the front of the net from the right wing side. Puck passed down low. Liam Powell comes back out in front. Shot turned away by Welch again. Will Haynes passing ahead to Eddie Mays. Now Kelvin McClendon has to go off his stick and out to center. Brought back in by Ravenwood. Puck put in front, but unable to get to it was Jack Reddy. Here's Eddie Mays. Back in the Ravenwood zone on the left wing side. Puck sent across the front of the net. Under 30 seconds left of the power play for Rutherford. Cam Hawkins passing across to Eddie Mays, but the puck knocked away from him. Dumped back in the Rutherford zone. That should kill off the rest of the penalty. Here's Littleton. Pass was knocked down by Jake Lipinski. Penalty time is up. Ravenwood back at even strength. Puck cleared out. Now here's Cam Hawkins, left wing side of the Ravenwood zone. A slap shot. Missed the net. Looked like it missed Howanik's glove. And wow, there was a big chance for Ravenwood just then. Cohen Landcamer hanging out of the Rutherford blue line. Saw the puck go past him. He puts it in front. It skipped over a couple of sticks. Here's Kornblum firing it past the net from the left half wall. Oh, and Patrick Schuff and Dylan Welch kind of ran into each other at center as Justin Dickinson flings that puck as high as he can without it touching the rafters to get it back in the Ravenwood zone. Puck put out in front. Dickinson has it poked away. Now here's Schuff, left wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Puts the puck behind the net. Raptors pick it up. Now it's dumped back in the Rutherford zone. Taz Takayama behind his own net. Passing to his left, ahead and to his left for Schuff. And then getting knocked off the puck at center was Justin Dickinson. And now a shot here, blockered away by Welch. That was on Owen Gilroy. Puck put in front. And I'm not sure that it's getting knocked down in front. It's Jack Reddy. Justin Dickinson back the other way. Has the puck taken away. I think Ravenwood learned their lesson from that chance that Justin had early in the first when he backhanded it wide. They are leaving guys at the blue line just in case he tries to spring, but he's not out here now. Slap shot in the left point, misses the net to the left of Welch. That was from Schenkel. Here's Kelvin McClendon. Passing across to Brendan Heasley, and Heasley shot his glove and held on to by Howanik. 9:19 to go in the second, still 3-0 Ravenwood. Puck's out at center. Now it's in the Rutherford zone. Heasley whiffed on a clearing attempt. Then he had a clearing attempt interrupted by Egley. He does get it to center eventually, but a Ravenwood stick has it. Brought back in on the left wing side. Put in front. And Hussey tried to go to the front of the net. Kind of dislodged at the right-hand post. Here's Schenkel. Taken away by McClendon. Now Jack Reddy carrying the puck through center, back into the Ravenwood zone on the left wing side. Puck taken away. They clear it out. Littleton trying to dump it back in. Up we get a whistle and a hand pass call. Not sure against who. 8:26 to go in the second. 3-0 Ravenwood. There's a hand pass called against Rutherford because the puck is being dropped inside the Ravenwood zone to the right of Howanik. Ravenwood with the puck. Brought into the Rutherford zone on the left wing side, and a shot blockered into the netting, or blockered into the glass by Welch. That shot coming from Luke Powell. Welch has made 23 saves on 26 shots. Ravenwood have been working him. Will Haynes inside his own zone on the near side. Passing the puck ahead to Carson Brownlow at center. Brownlow left wing side of the Ravenwood zone, waiting on help. Passing across, puck put in front, but Eddie Mays can't get a stick on it. Here's Jack Reddy out at center. Puck carried back in the Rutherford zone, Lipinski, I think they were calling for a trip, as Ravenwood are going to end up icing the puck. 7:21 to go in the second, still 3-0 Ravenwood. Draws to the left of Hawanick. Well, Ravenwood got the puck out. It's brought back in by Rutherford on the left wing. Dickinson holding and shooting, and it's over the net. Here come Ravenwood again. Shot stopped by Welch. That shot coming from Gilroy, who scored the first goal of the game for Ravenwood. Puck comes out to the blue line in the Ravenwood zone, but it is taken away from Alistair McCarroll. Now back the other way come Ravenwood, and a shot. Was that off the mask of Welch? That was Gilroy shooting. And out of play it goes. 6:33 left in the second, still 3-0 Ravenwood. As Tyler Welch is the only reason that Rutherford are not down like 10-0 right now. Draw is going to be to his right. Won by Ravenwood. Gavin Hussey. Puck put out in the slot. Picked up by Rutherford, and they'll take it out. Here's Kelvin McClendon. Bringing it back into the Ravenwood zone. But then Ravenwood take it back. Brought into the Rutherford zone. A 2-on-0 score. Egley. Liam Powell centered it for Zach Egley, who had an open net and he didn't miss. And it's 4-0 Ravenwood with 6:03 to go in the second. Rutherford with a puck. Here's Carson Brownlow, left wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Puck taken away. Here come the Raptors again. Shot misses the net to the right of Welch. That shot was from Schenkel. No, correction, it was from Lucas Brady. Here's Cam Hawkins. Having the puck taken away near the Ravenwood blue line, and here come the Raptors again. Luke Powell double teamed in the slot, puck taken off him. Puck flicked around the boards to the far side, it's held in. Then it got away from Brady, Ethan Fredericks. Passing ahead to Eddie Mays. Mays, left wing side of the Ravenwood zone, a shot misses the net. Puck out on the far boards, and here come the Raptors again. Brought back into the Rutherford zone and dumped deep. Here's Tess Takayama. Passing ahead to Mays. Now Carson Brownlow with a shot that's turned away by Howanek. Got to wonder if Ryan Farrell will be playing the third unless Rutherford suddenly closed the gap. Here's a chance for Ravenwood, though. A shot knocked away by the glove of Welch. That shot coming from Jake Farrell. Farrell now behind the net again. Puts it out in front. Oh, but intercepted by Schuff. Puck out at center. Brought back into the Rutherford zone on the right wing. Ready, moving towards the boards. Now he's at the end boards, trying to put it in front, and Welch stops and covers with Jake Farrell on top of him. 4:06 to go in the second. 4-0 Ravenwood. Draw's going to be to Welch's left. Draw one by Rutherford. They get it into the Ravenwood zone. We got a bit of physicalness. And the whistle was blown because offside against Rutherford. Okay, offside, that's why. Bit of a physical battle going on. I thought there was going to be penalties. Nope, it's offside. Draw one by Rutherford. Here's Littleton. Banking it off the near boards. Now Schuff sending it back into the Ravenwood zone. Raptors have it. Brought back into the Rutherford end of the right wing side. Jake Lipinski knocked off the puck. Coming around to the far side. Gallagher, Will Gallagher. Puck knocked away from him by Justin Dickinson. And here's Will Haynes. He's going to carry it out. Haynes through center. Into the Ravenwood zone on the right wing side. Puck knocked away from him. Carson Brownlow with a shot from the center point. Turned away by Howanek. Now here's Eddie Mays trying to go out to the slot. Puck taken away. Here come Ravenwood again. Puck put in front and a shot stopped and covered up by Welch. Will Gallagher getting off the one-timer, but Welch coming up with a save to keep Rutherford down just 4-0 with 2:40 to go in the second. Draw will be to his right. Draw one by Ravenwood. Liam Powell, left wing boards, puck poked away by Ethan Fredericks. Cleared out by Hawkins. Now the puck coming back to the Ravenwood and actually on goal. Howanek having to push it away. Now brought back into the Rutherford zone. Pass over. Egley's one-timer blocked by Ethan Fredericks. Oh, there's going to be a penalty. Cam Hawkins got pushed down from behind at the other end. Nope, no penalty. Rutherford score. Rutherford get on the board. Looks like it's Eddie Mays. Puck was at the right-hand side of the net, and he was able to put it in. Rutherford get on the board. It's 4-1 Ravenwood with 1:50 to go in the second. Drawing by Ravenwood. Jake Farrell drops the puck back. Inside the Rutherford zone. Farrell with it again. On the right wing boards. Pass to the slot. There's a shot, score! Owen Gilroy fires it into the roof of the net for his second goal of the game. 5-1 Ravenwood with 96 seconds to go in the second. So Ravenwood answer the Rutherford goal with their fifth. Here come Ravenwood again. Puck in the Rutherford zone. Gilroy gives it away to Patrick Schuff. Now Dickinson, Justin Dickinson. Into the Ravenwood zone, trying to go down the slot. Puck knocked away, and it just went over the blue line and was brought back in offside by Jacob Littleton. Puck in the Ravenwood zone with now 1 minute left in the second. And a couple of sticks went for the puck near the Rutherford bench, and it ends up out of play. 56 seconds to go exactly in the second. Still 5-1 Ravenwood. Owen Takayama with a puck off the draw, had a pass across, it was stolen, and there's a chance. And Egley tried to go back across to Hussey, but Hussey was already past the net. Now Egley again with a shot, stopped by Welch. It was from an odd angle. Welch has it covered. Draws to Welch's left. Draw one by Ravenwood. 30 seconds left in the period. Liam Powell trying to put the puck out in front from behind the Rutherford net. Egley had it for a moment. Here's Mays. Now William Haynes. Haynes into the Ravenwood zone, trying to go to the net. Got brought down. Puck back inside the Ravenwood zone. The Raptors controlling. They try and clear. Held in. Puck out at center. And that's going to be it for the second. Ravenwood score 3. Jake Farrell, Zach Egley, and Owen Gilroy gets his second of the game, while Eddie Mays scores for Rutherford. Ravenwood now 14 minutes away from winning the GNASH Cup, leading Rutherford 5-1 at the end of 2. So, if Ravenwood hang on and win this game, they'll be the Predators Cup. MBA will be the 3, Brentwood will be the 4. So on Monday, just go ahead and pull up the Monday schedule. Of course, the 1-8 matchup was confirmed last night when Mount Juliet clinched the 1 seed. They'll play Rutherford on Monday at 5:15. Brentwood, if they're the 4, will play Pope Prep CPA GCA at 6:50 in Bellevue on Monday. Ravenwood, if they're the 2, will play Father Ryan in the 2-7 game at 8:15 on Monday. And then if MBA are the 3, they'll play Franklin at 8:25 on Monday. All 4 first-round games for the Predators Cup will be on Monday. 3 of the 4 first-round Hein Cup games will be on Monday. The 3-6 game between Hendersonville and Centennial will be next Wednesday. And the second Hine Cup elimination game will be next Friday. Ready to go for the third period. Luke Howanek still in goal for Ravenwood. Tyler Walt still in goal for Rutherford for this third and final period. Rutherford will carry the puck towards me. Ravenwood will carry it away from me. No more tie games after tonight. We got playoffs coming. So we'll have overtimes and shootouts and stuff like that. There's a pass ahead to Cam Hawkins. Hawkins left wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Spins away from Shankle in front. Oh, he left the puck behind him when he went to shoot. And then he runs into the goal and pushes it out of position. And he's real upset with the fact that he missed a big chance. That took 40 seconds off the clock. 13:20 to go, 5-1 Ravenwood. Draw's going to be on the dot across from the Ravenwood bench. One by Rutherford. Justin Dickinson, a shot. Gloved and held onto by Howanek. Dickinson shooting from just inside the Ravenwood blue line. Draws to Howanek's left. One by Rutherford. Gavin Hussey bringing it into the Rutherford zone. Puck back in the Ravenwood end, and a shot from Fredericks. Turned away by Howanek, and then he ran into the left-hand side of the net and knocked it loose. 12:40 to go, still 5-1 Ravenwood. Draw is going to be to Howanek's left. One by Ravenwood. Jake Farrell getting pushed off the puck at center and fired back into the Ravenwood end. Zeke Landcamer is going to track it down. Pass it up the far boards. It's out at center. Zach Egley with it right wing side of the Rutherford zone. Pass to the slot. And Rutherford able to get it out of the zone. Puck back in the Ravenwood end. Here's Luke Powell. Powell skating through center into the Rutherford zone on the left wing side. Goes to the net by Tyler Welch. Jake Farrell now. Puck coming around to the right wing side of the Rutherford zone. It's dropped back to the left point. Put in front, and a shot stopped by Welch. There's a chance the other way. Brendan Heasley got tracked down by Luke Powell, who chopped the puck off his stick. Now Heasley passing out to the blue line. Now shot in the right point, blocked, and here's Luke Schenkel trying to pass ahead to Cohen Landcamer. Puck back in the Rutherford zone. Kelvin McClendon sending it around the boards to the near side. There's a slap shot, gloved and held on to by Welch. Slap shot coming from the right wing side. And Sutton Kornblum. 10:45 to go. Ravenwood up 5-1. Draw was to Welch's left. Big battle for the puck at the inboards. Comes around to the near side. And now here's Eddie Mays, left wing side of the Ravenwood zone. A shot off the right leg pad of Hawanick. Eddie Mays with the only goal of the game in this one for Rutherford. I should say with Rutherford's only goal of the game, since Ravenwood have 5. Puck sent back into the Rutherford zone. Turnover in front. Oh, and I'm not sure who that was, but Ethan Fredericks got right up on him to keep him from shooting. And the Rutherford net has been dislodged. $9:59 to go, still 5-1, Ravenwood. Here's Luke Powell moving down the left wing, passing across. Shot in the right wing blocked. Puck brought out in front of the net. Rutherford doing a good job of closing up any shooting lanes. Now it's out at center. Powell passing ahead to Gilroy. Has it taken away. Dylan Welch, right wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Tried to put it in front for Dickinson. Oh, and then Patrick Schuff tried to poke it in, but Hawanick already had it covered. $9:12 to go, still 5-1, Ravenwood. And Hawanick. Oh. The other official has the puck. Draws to Hawanick's left. Ravenwood with it. Stretch pass up the near boards. Jake Farrell putting it in front. A shot. Stopped and held on to by Tyler Welch. That was Egley shooting, looking for his second of the game. Draw is to the left of Welch. One by Ravenwood. Here's Luke Schenkel putting it in front. And a shot turned away by Welch on Egley. Egley passing down the right wing. Puck put in front, and it never got to that Ravenwood stick hanging out in front of the net. Now back the other way come Rutherford. Kelvin McClendon, right wing side of the Ravenwood zone, gets pushed off the puck. Luke Schenkel with it now. Passing ahead. Jake Farrell inside the Rutherford end. Puck back in the Ravenwood end on the near side. Luke Powell with it. He's going to carry it out. Now bringing it into the Rutherford zone on the left wing side. Puck taken away. Passed ahead. Is it to Dickinson? No, I think it's Josh Wolf, and Ravenwood get it back anyway. Bring it back into the Rutherford zone. Here's Mays, left wing side of the Rutherford or Ravenwood end. Has it taken away. Now Owen Appel. Passing ahead, it's out at center. Now it's brought back into the Ravenwood zone on the left wing side by Carson Brownlow. Ravenwood come up with it, and Jake Lipinski's going to carry it out. Lipinski knocked into the boards, and we get a whistle. And is it an offside call against Ravenwood? I think that's what it is. The officials, what are the officials talking about right at center? I guess he blew the whistle by accident, so they're going to drop the puck right at center. Exactly 7 minutes left, 5-1 Ravenwood. Puck now in the Rutherford zone again behind the net. Passed out to the right point, and a shot from Kornblum ends up in the netting above the glass. Draws to the left of Welch. Dickinson trying to clear. Ravenwood holding it in. Puck put out in front, and Welch trying to dive on it. Net's open, and a shot. Oh, how on earth did that miss? There was a crowd in front, and a great chance for, is it Gallagher? Rutherford come up with the puck, send it back into the Ravenwood zone. Hawadik out to play it, and he'll nudge it away. Still in the zone, however. Put in front, score Dickinson. Dylan Welch found Dickinson all alone in front, and he one-times it into the roof of the net. Finally gets on the score sheet. It's 5-2 Ravenwood with 6:06 to go. Draw one by Rutherford. They get it into the Ravenwood zone. Up, and Rutherford keeping the puck inside. Here's Dylan Welch. Puck taken off him just above the right wing corner. Liam Powell clears. Here's Jake Farrell. Right wing side of the Rutherford zone. Shot misses. Farrell, one of the goal scorers for Ravenwood. Owen Gilroy has 2 goals. The others from Jake Farrell, Zach Egley, Jack Reddy. Puck flipped back into the Ravenwood end by Patrick Schuff, who goes to the bench for a change. Man, if Rutherford hadn't missed those chances so early on in the first, who knows what the score of this game could be. Here's Farrell, left wing side of the Rutherford zone. A shot gloved and held onto by Welch. 4:57 to go, still 5-2 Ravenwood. Draws to Welch's right. Puck out at center. Luke Powell with it, backing back into his own zone. Puck sent around to the far side. Kornblum dropping it behind the net for Luke Powell. Powell comes out to the right wing side. Turns and shoots. And I think he missed the net. And the puck comes to the left-hand side of the net where Welch covers. 4:19 to go, still 5-2 Ravenwood. Draw is going to be to Welch's left. Here's a backhander that misses the net from the slot. Now here come Rutherford. Carson Brownlow back in the Ravenwood zone, trying to shoot one off the stick of Sutton Kornblum over to the far boards. Now here's Liam Powell trying to get the puck out. He'll bring it to center. Net is empty for Rutherford as Liam Powell sends it into the empty net. To make it 6-2 Ravenwood with 3:26 to go. Draw one by Rutherford. Will Haynes brings it into the Ravenwood zone. Gives it away to Sutton Kornblum, who whips it around the boards to the near side or far side. That's back in the Ravenwood zone. But the Raptors able to get it back out. It's in the Rutherford end now. Puck put out in front, and a one-timer stopped by Welch. He's got it covered. 2:55 to go, 6-2 Ravenwood. Draw's going to be to Welch's right. And a shot went off the boards, and it's gloved out of the air by Welch. Rutherford getting the puck into the Ravenwood zone, but immediately cleared out by Sutton Kornblum. Tez Takayama. Passing ahead, puck ends up back in the Ravenwood zone on the right wing. The slap shot hit the shins of Lipinski and went past the net. That was Justin Dickinson shooting. Welch, and a shot from Fredericks off a stick through the air, lands at the end boards. Puck comes out in front. Cohen Landcamer clears. Tez Takayama with it at center. Now Sutton Kornblum dumbing it back into the Rutherford zone. Ravenwood end again. Josh Wolf trying to put it in front, but nobody in a white sweater there. And at the other end, a shot stopped and covered up by Tyler Welch. 86 seconds left, 6-2 Ravenwood. And somebody's called a timeout here. And I would not be surprised if it were Ravenwood. Will they put Jake Farrell in for the last 86, or not Jake, Ryan Farrell in for the last 86 seconds of the game? No, it's going to be Hawanick in goal still. So Hawanick is going to get the senior night victory. Draw is to the left of Tyler Welch. 86 seconds to go. Ravenwood up 6-2. Ravenwood win the draw. Puck held into the right point. Egley on the left wing side, passing it off to Jake Farrell. Back down low to Egley. Egley comes out, takes a shot, stopped and covered up by Welch with now 64 seconds to go. Draw to the right of Welch. Won by Ravenwood, carried around the back of the net, put in front! Oh, and a great save by Welch, I think. I think the shot may have hit the post, and then Welch snagged it. 58.9 seconds to go. We've entered the final minute of the game. Draws to Welch's right again. One by Ravenwood. Puck put in front, up but intercepted by Rutherford. Cam Hawkins brings it into the Ravenwood zone on the right wing side. Puck swept away from him. Then he gets tied up with Will Haynes and goes down. And Luke Schenkel, no, it wasn't Haynes, it was Heasley. And Luke Schenkel actually put out his hand to hold up Heasley to make sure he didn't go crashing into Hawkins while Hawkins was down. Puck back at center, under 30 seconds to go. It's trickling back into the Rutherford zone. Now it's back in the Ravenwood end. And Hawkins and Schenkel kind of tied up a bit, and Schenkel gave Hawkins a pat on the head. Under 10 seconds left now. Puck back in the Rutherford zone. And look, Ravenwood looking for one last goal, and a shot misses, but that's it. The Ravenwood Raptors are the GNASH Cup winners for the 2022-2023 GNASH regular season. They win it for the fourth time in their history and the first time in 11 years. And now there is a three-way tie for second all-time on the GNASH Cup winners list. Ravenwood, MBA, and Centennial with 4 apiece, all 2 behind the Kings of the League, Brentwood. And folks, this was the 112th and final game of the 2022-2023 GNASH regular season. And nobody won a game by 10 goals. All the winning margins were 9 goals or under. Nobody won a game by 10 goals. Isn't that amazing? And that's, of course, not counting the midseason round robin, where nobody won by 10 goals in any of those 6 games. So Ravenwood will be the 2 seed for the Predators Cup. Montgomery Bell the 3. Brentwood the 4. But NBA must be kicking themselves, man. Ravenwood must be kicking themselves for some of the breaks, the bad breaks that they got in Phase 3. The tie with Rutherford, the tie with Franklin. I mean, that loss, you can explain away that loss to Mount Juliet because they had to play their backup goalie, Aiden Becker, as League President John Williams and League Commissioner Kevin Bond are about to present the GNASH Cup to the Raptors. So Luke Schenkel, his captain, will come and accept the GNASH Cup. By the way, all those rectangular plates, John Williams showed me the cup before he took it over to the scorekeeper box. All the rectangular plates in that one plinth are all full. So they're going to have to add a new plinth or ring in order to etch this year's Ravenwood team onto the cup. So, yeah. Yeah, they're going to have to put a new plinth on the trophy before they do it. Hold on, folks. Let me. World Wide Web before I keep talking. All right, I'll keep going with post. All right, so the social media stuff done that I needed to take care of. All right. So the goals for Rutherford scored by Eddie Mills for Ravenwood, 2 for Owen Gilroy, and the others came from Jake Farrell, Jack Reddy, Zach Egley, and Liam Powell. Owen Gilroy will be the player of the game with his 2 goals, but got to give a shout out to Rutherford goalie Tyler Welch. That last goal by Ravenwood was an empty netter. So he turned away 40 shots. He made 40 saves on 45 shots. What a job by Tyler Welch, man. What a job. Let me also update my little Google sheet here. Okay. So, Ravenwood beating Rutherford tonight 6-2. And here are the final standings for Tier 3, or for Phase 3, here in the 2022-2023 GNASH regular season. First up, Tier 2, Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon will be the 1 seed for the Predators Cup. They finished Phase 3 5-2. Ravenwood finished second at 4-1-2. MBA third at 3-1-3. Brentwood fourth at 4-3. Pope Prep CPA GCA in fifth at 3-3-1. Franklin BGA sixth at 2-2-3. Father Ryan seventh at 2-5, and the Rutherford Rampage finished eighth at 0-6-1. Tier 2, the Tennessee Outlaws finished first, 5-0-2. Nolensville Ensworth Lipscomb second at 4-1-2. Hendersonville Beach third at 4-2-1. USNBA Nashville Christian fourth at 4-3. Summit Page fifth at 3-2-2. Centennial sixth, 3-4. Independence seventh, 1-5-1. And Station Camp Liberty Creek finishing eighth at 0-7. The final GNASH Cup standings, Ravenwood win with a record of 10-2-2. MBA finished second, 9-2-3. Brentwood third, 9-4-1. Pope Prep CPA GCA fourth at 7-5-2. Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon finished fifth at 7-6-1. They'll be kicking themselves for having a bad Phase 1. They could have been in the hunt for this. And Franklin BGA finished sixth in the GNASH Cup race. 3 wins, 6 losses, 5 ties. So, here's the schedule for next week. The first week of the 2023 GNASH postseason, Monday, 5:15, 2 5:15 starts. Rink B at Centennial. The Preds Cup 1-8 game between Mount Juliet, Green Hill, Lebanon, and Rutherford. Rink 2, 4-5 Hein Cup game between USN and Summit. 6:45 on Rink B at Centennial, the 2-7 Hein Cup game between Nolensville and Indy. Those two played to a 5-5 tie just last week. Could Indy pull the upset? 6:50 on Rink 2 in Bellevue, the Preds Cup 4-5 game between Brentwood and Pope. 7:40 on Rink A at Centennial, the Hein Cup 1-8 game between the Outlaws and Station Camp. Rink B at Centennial at 8:15, the 2-7 Preds Cup game between Ravenwood and Father Ryan. And at 8:25 on Rink 2 in Bellevue, the Preds Cup 3-6 game between MBA and Franklin. Then next Wednesday, the final game in the opening round of the postseason, 7:10 on Rink A at Centennial, the Hein Cup 3-6 game between Hendersonville and Centennial. Those two teams played each other last night, and now they're going to play each other again exactly a week later. Although that's not as crazy as last year, when Mount Juliet and Centennial played against each other on the final in the final game of the regular season one night, and then played each other in the opening night of the playoffs the next. But we had known that was going to happen for about a week. So Hendersonville and Centennial playing each other in the playoffs a week after they played each other in their regular season finale, not as crazy as Mount Juliet and Centennial playing each other on back-to-back nights, once in a regular season game and then the other in a playoff game last year. 8 o'clock on Rink 2 in Bellevue. Preds Cup elimination game. It is the game between, hold on here, I'm going to have to pull up the January schedule again. It is the game between the Ravenwood Ryan loser and the MBA Franklin loser. 8:30 on Rink B at Centennial, Hein Cup game between the Outlaw Station Camp loser and the USN Summit loser. And 8:40 on Rink A at Centennial, Preds Cup game between the Mount Juliet Rutherford loser and the Brentwood Pope loser. And then next Friday on Rink B at Centennial, the Hein Cup, Rink B at Centennial at 6:30, the Hein Cup game between the Nolensville Indy loser and the Hendersonville Centennial loser. So Centennial and Indy could be meeting each other a week from tomorrow night to decide who stays alive and who goes home. Those two teams have already played each other 3 times this year. Remember, they started off in Tier 1, ended up in the round robin, and then moved over to Tier 2 together. They played each other 3 times. Once in Phase 1, once in the round robin, once in Phase 2. Centennial lead the season series 2-1. So, yeah, there is a possibility of Centennial and Independence meeting each other next Friday night to try and stay alive in the postseason. Yeah. Yeah, it's a strange one. It is a strange one. I will unveil the broadcast schedule for next week on Monday. Not Monday, Sunday. Sunday morning. Sunday morning on our Facebook and Twitter pages, so be on the lookout for those. But now, it's time to call it a night. I can't believe it. I can't believe the 2022-2023 GNASH regular season is over. The season started 4 months ago tonight with a senior game out at Bellevue. The regular season started 4 months ago this Saturday. And now it's over. And now it's playoff time. We got 4 weeks of playoffs, maybe 5. The if necessary games are on February 27th. The All-Star game is on February 28th. We got about max 31 games left in the entire season. It's going to fly by. By this time next week, 3-team seasons will be over. And we'll be preparing to send a 4th team packing after next Friday night. Congratulations to Mike Driscoll and the Ravenwood Raptors, the 2022-2023 GNASH regular season champions and Hine Cup winners, as they beat Rutherford tonight 6-2. The 2022-2023 GNASH regular season is over. Let the playoffs begin. I'm Michael Hackney. Thank you all so much for listening. Good night, everybody, for the first and maybe only time this season, Fordyce Center in Antioch.